Okay, welcome back to the channel, and we're on our last and final ride on the VOGE 500 DSX adventure bike. Let me tell you about what I like and dislike about this bike. Okay, the VOGE 500 DSX. Now, as I mentioned in the earlier video, you can get a DS road version or you can get the DSX version. Differences are, you've got a 19-inch front wheel on this one and a 17-inch rear, but there are spoked wheels and they come with Metzler off-road focused tyres. You've got a bash plate underneath the bike and some crash bars, and also on this one we've got the pannier racks on the back which you can put the VOGE panniers on, and I believe those are just £500, so significantly cheaper than some of the competitors out there on the market for luggage also. The bike itself, I think, is a really nice looking bike, so that's a definite plus. It really looks well. You've got some great headlights on this bike. I took it out at night the other night, didn't film, but the LED headlights that are on here are very good in the dark. One of my complaints would be that the suspension's a little bit soft and the front forks are non-adjustable. So the rear shock on here that's tucked in, the monoshock under there, not sure how you get to it to adjust the preload, but it does have a preload adjuster on. The engine on this bike seems a little bit underpowered, as was the AC that I rode earlier today, the naked version. Both same engines, both producing the same amount of power. It does seem that the engine's a little bit short geared, and I would like it a little bit taller gear in some of the gears at least. I think if you were taking this bike off-road, then if the suspension was a little bit stiffer, then the power would be enough. So if I was going to buy this bike, I would just buy the DS version, the road-focused one, and that would come on the cast wheels with the road-focused tyres. So out of the two, a little bit cheaper by £100, but I think the road-focused version with the cast wheels and tyres would be better. And the reason I say that is I'm not sure how good the spokes are on this, or how good this bike would fare on a UK salty winters road, but I have seen some small rust spots, some on the discs just on the front just here, and also on the rear adjusters for the rear wheel, the chain adjusters. So yeah, only time will tell whether these bikes are any good for the UK roads, but there's plenty of dealers and they seem to be selling like hotcakes, obviously because of the price. Now it is £1,100 cheaper than the Honda CB500X, and I've not ridden the CB500X, but I'd like to, so Honda, if you're listening, then please get in touch. Link in the description below to our email address. Interested to test the other against this, just to see how close they are. I know this is kind of the Chinese copy, and well, it is basically. So yeah, I'd be interested to see how they fare together, ridden back to back really. I would say the other thing that niggles me on this bike is the front screen. Now on the Honda CBX, you've got an adjustable screen which is adjustable from the inside, quite easy. On this bike, you've got the adjuster knob on the outside, which you have to basically take all the way out, and then I keep dropping the knob to pull the screen up, to then put it back in, try and feed the thread back in again. So that's not great. That needs updating. All of the adventure style bikes that I've seen out there have a you know, some kind of adjuster just on the inside just here that can pull up and push down on the screen. Even the new Tiger 660 from Triumph has that feature, so it needs something doing with the screen for definite. Now what I do like about this bike is the seating position's fine, it's great. I do like the dashboard. The dash is super easy to read, and also it has the tyre pressure monitor. And also you've got a port just here to plug a USB socket in for your phone or your sat-nav. Now, one thing that I've noticed on the seat is that when you sat on it, just here, I can feel the actual plastic underneath. There's a couple of high points, one on each side just there, where the seat is, and after about 15 minutes, my bottom starts digging into that. So it's actually, the bottom of the seat is just there, so that's where you sit, that's where you sink into this bike. So the seat definitely is not comfortable. Whether it is on the Honda, I don't know, but that for me would put me off this bike instantly, and you could even feel that, just like I say, after about 5-10 minutes of sat on the bike. So the other thing I noticed on this bike was that the engine's a little bit vibey. Didn't notice it on the naked version, but only under hard acceleration on this bike you get some vibrations through the bars and the foot pegs, but once you settle down to a speed, the vibrations go away. But really, for the money, £1,100 cheaper than the CB500X. I do think they will sell in the UK, but like I say, time will tell on how they fare with the British weather. Would it be a bike that I'd go to the south of France on? Definitely not with that seat. But I think the A2 license holder, the beginner to get into the adventure bike market, or the 500 AC version, the naked one for a commuter, I think for the price you can't go wrong, really. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Would I have one in my garage? Possibly not. I would probably go for something like a Tiger 850 Sport or a Tiger 900 from Triumph. But it was great to test these two bikes, and thank you again to VOGE for supplying them. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, then hit that subscribe button, ding that bell for future videos coming up, and if you like the video, give us a like. Cheers, and I'll catch you on another one.